Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are broadcasting to you tonight directly from the Great Hall of the famous Zoological Society here in London, England. All of our leading scientists are here tonight, along with many students and the general public. Hundreds of people are all trying to get inside the hall, for the attention of the entire world is focused on this meeting tonight. Professor George Challenger, the well-known scientist and explorer and member of the Society, has aroused much controversy with his most astounding statement that he has discovered prehistoric dinosaurs alive today in a region of South America. The president of the Society, Dr. Summerlee, has been criticizing Professor Challenger for not being able to prove his fantastic claim. The bitter argument between them has been raging this past week, and tonight the two men have agreed to a public meeting in an attempt to resolve the dispute. I have just received word that Professor Challenger has begun to address the audience, so we take you now directly inside the Great Hall.
Of course my report is hard to believe. Just as any new discovery that runs contrary to accepted belief. I've already been judged and convicted by most of my colleagues and the journalists of our public press for daring to suggest that we keep our minds open to the possibility of new knowledge. I did find a hidden plateau in an unexplored jungle region in South America. And although I was unable to reach the top of the plateau and bring back the real proof, I have seen from a distance, and I tell you, there are on that plateau today living dinosaurs.
Quiet! Quiet in the audience! Professor Challenger.
Yes, Dr. Summerlee.
Surely you must have some answers for the many objections that have been raised. For instance, how is it possible for such a plateau to remain undiscovered by other explorers?
Dr. Summerlee, the region I am speaking of covers an area of 50,000 square miles in South America. In such a vast territory, so much is still unexplored. It is perfectly possible for one man to find what another has missed.
Oh, very well then, Professor. Can you give us the exact latitude and longitude of this plateau you claim to have found?
I can do better than that, Doctor. I can guide you there myself.
Well, what do you mean, Challenger?
Dr. Summerlee, I am requesting that the Zoological Society sponsor a new expedition to prove my claim. And you, as our president, have been the loudest of my opponents. I dare you, in front of this entire assembly, to come with me and see for yourself.
Order! Order in the hall! Very well, Professor. I am willing to go with you on one condition. I will not ask the Society to become involved in our personal controversy, but I will go with you if you raise the funds necessary to pay for the expedition.
But that's impossible, Summerlee.
Professor Challenger, Dr. Summerlee, may I be heard, please?
Who is that?
That young man there? Well, sounds like an American.
Who are you, young man? What do you want?
My name is Edward Malone, and I work for Globe magazine, and I want to go along with you.
A journalist? On my expedition? Never!
Professor, please listen for one moment. My magazine has never printed anything about you that didn't give both sides of the question. And I'm qualified. I can handle myself in the jungle, and I'm a photographer. I can take pictures that will prove your claim. And what's more, I'm sure that Globe magazine will be glad to cover any expenses required for the expedition if I go along.
That's a strong point, Summerlee. What do you think?
Well, Challenger, that kind of publicity certainly can't hurt the Society. I'd be willing to take him.
Mr. Malone, you put up a very convincing argument. We accept you and your financial support. Ladies and gentlemen, the Challenger expedition will be leaving as soon as possible for the lost world. And I promise we shall return with proof of living dinosaurs.
Order! Order! I wish to adjourn the meeting.
Well, gentlemen, enjoy your breakfast.
Yes, it's marvelous. All the comforts of home, miles from civilization, here in the Amazon jungle.
Well, you'd better enjoy it, lad. It's the last time we'll have any natives to cook and carry food for us.
What do you mean?
Well, you tell them, Challenger. You're the leader of the expedition.
A slight change of plans, Malone. These Indians refuse to go any further beyond this village. It marks the boundary of what they call the Forbidden Land, supposedly inhabited by evil spirits. But we are very close, only a day or two from the hidden plateau. We three will go on from here, carrying just essential supplies with us, and leaving the rest of our equipment here as a base.
Challenger, I seriously doubt the wisdom of carrying this folly any farther. I would prefer not to go pursuing spirits.
I'm tired of debating with you, Summerlee. We have come here for the purpose of proving my claim. It cannot be proved unless you come with me to the plateau.
He's right, Dr. Summerlee. After all, we'll be only a day or so away from the village here. One of us can always come back for extra supplies.
Gentlemen, let us pack up and be off. I'll give you a hand, Summerlee.
I'm perfectly able to help myself, Challenger. I may be older than you, but I am not an antique.
Sorry, Doctor. Malone?
Ready in 10 minutes, Professor.
Fine. I'll pack up the rest of our equipment in the meantime.
Challenger, are you certain you know the way? We've been out almost 2 days now, and...
My memory has not failed me. According to my calculations, we should be nearly there.
Professor, up ahead here.
What is it?
I see something up ahead.
Coming!
Look, Professor. There. There, over those trees.
Yes, they're slightly to the left, but that must be it. Summerlee, do you see it there? That high ridge between the trees?
Oh, yes. Yes, seems to be an ancient volcano.
And at the top, you see? There's the plateau at last. We've found it. Can you get a picture, Malone?
Yes, it's sort of far away, but... There. Boy, that plateau's a lot higher than I thought it would be. How'll we ever get up there?
I've an idea.
Professor, look. Look, there in the sky, over the plateau. Some kind of a huge bird.
Summerlee, look! Look quickly. There. Do you see it?
What? Where?
Here, take my binoculars. See that wingspan, that huge beak and pointed head? It's the flying reptile, Pteranodon. There it is. Do you see it?
Oh, it's so far away I can...
Oh, it's
barely-
disappeared now, over the top of the plateau.
But you saw it, Summerlee. You saw it.
Oh, I saw something flying, Challenger, but it was undoubtedly some form of a stork. The Pteranodon has been extinct for 60 million years.
A stork with no feathers and leathery wings? Well, never mind, Summerlee. Listen carefully. The southern slope offers us the best chance of climbing. Malone, you have the extra ropes?
Yes, Professor.
Fine. Here's what we'll do. We'll put on our climbing gear, myself in the lead, Summerlee next, then you, Malone. You will follow carefully in the footsteps which I will make. With any decent luck, we should be at the top in the late afternoon. Come on, let's go, gentlemen. Just a few more feet, Summerlee. Here, come on. Take my hand.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Challenger. Malone?
Right behind you. How does it look?
Come and see. There it is, just across the gorge. A lost world, just as it was millions of years ago.
Well, it certainly is unusual, but look here, Challenger. We're on top, all right, but that plateau, it's like another mountain. We were separated by this huge drop-off here. Now, how do you propose to get us over there? It's at least 40 feet across.
I know.
Is there another way around?
No, I explored it thoroughly. And the south face, the one we came up, is the only possible way.
Professor, look over there, to the right. That group of giant trees on this side, it looks as though one of them has fallen across.
Yes, that's it. That tree crosses over the plateau. A natural bridge.
Yes, but is it safe?
We'll soon find out. Let's go.